So we're looking at a Perfecto Invacare oxygen concentrator. This is a 5-liter oxygen concentrator. I'm just going to show you the basics of it and how to use it and how to plug stuff into it. So we're going to start off with just by powering it up. What we're going to hear is some little tinkering noises, and then your oxygen light, which is right there, should turn green. If that doesn't turn green, then there's something wrong with your oxygen concentrator. These other lights here, these indicator lights, are probably going to tell you that this one will tell you that you're pretty close to servicing it, or there could be something wrong with your oxygen concentrator, and then your bell will actually tell you that you need to call service provider that actually works on these oxygen concentrators. Then you have your little oxygen valve here where you plug in your oxygen, and then you have your oxygen meter. It goes from 0 to 5, and you have your adjustment here. And then of course you have your this little area right here is for your humidifier, which is you put in water, preferably is distilled water, bottled water, or even water from your refrigerator that's been filtered. Don't use tap water from the sink, mainly because that's a lot of hard water that comes through your sink, and it will clog up the humidifier within time. And I'll show you real quick what the humidifier actually looks like, which is that one right there. And I already have some distilled water in there, but at the very bottom of this tubing, there's some tiny little holes where the water goes through, and we'll show you how that works later on. So anyways, we have our little hour meter, and it tells you how many hours the machine has. The machine usually needs to be serviced every 20,000 hours roughly, and I think it's internally it actually counts the hours, and then it'll start telling you here on your service lights up here that your machine needs to be serviced, meaning that they need to go in and change filters and do their servicing. That way it'll last another 20,000 hours. So this unit does have wheels where you can roll away just about anywhere. It's got a filter in the back also that you should be cleaning out, at least, depending I guess on how much you use it. Let me just take this top portion off. Okay, so in here we have an actual filter, and this filter is very replaceable. You should not have anything blocking this area where the air goes in, and this is very easy to put in. It just pops right in, no screwing or anything. And then on back of this panel you actually have a sponge filter, and the sponge filter has to be clear from lint and just about anything, dust and stuff. These are very easy to clean. You can just wash it out with some soap and water, dish soap. I wouldn't put it back on there wet. The fact that it might just a lot of particles will get on it as it's wet. Dry it out as best as you can, and leave it out maybe for an hour or two to air dry, and then this actually just pops in just like that again. Very easy. See how that was done? And then that just pops right back in just like that. So we're gonna commence by actually oh, one more thing. When you're actually if you have this up against a wall, don't have it like up against the wall just like this. Have it at least a few inches. That way you have oxygen or air actually going into your oxygen concentrator. So remember, don't have it up against the wall, because then you won't have any good circulation on your back part of the oxygen concentrator. So with that, we'll just go ahead and turn this on real quick. And said you're going to hear that beeping noise, and then you should see a green light here. Once that green light turns on, that means your oxygen is pumping right. Sometimes it takes a few seconds. So there's your green light there, see? And you have your level. See the little ball inside? So you can adjust your oxygen level that goes through your tubing. So, and these are measured in liters. So if you're doing okay, you know, adjust it to 2, 3, or you might need a if you might need a doctor's prescription, I guess, to what oxygen level you need. So, but 5 is going to be your highest as far as liters, and I can actually feel. Can you hear that? I can kind of hear the air just flowing out of there. So I'm going to put this camera down, and then that way I can show you how to plug in all the hoses. Okay, so we have their humidifier here, and I'm just going to place that by pulling this little rubber band thing here, and it just falls right into place there. Okay, and then we have our little tubing that actually goes from your humidifier to your oxygen valve up here. So we're just going to screw that on. Remember, you want to have enough tubing that you don't want it too long or too short. I always get it long, just long enough to where I have no hassles of bends and kinks and stuff like that. So now I have my hose coming from the valve into the humidifier, and then this is actually your oxygen tubing that actually goes to your nose. So we're going to plug this end right here to the humidifier, okay? And then if you want extension hoses, which are going to be these are like 10-20 footers, or they're the type that you want to roam around the house and stuff and having the oxygen on. In order to use that hose, you're gonna have to, and it's got the same type of plug as this end, and like I said, it's just an extension. So you would plug this one into here, into your humidifier. Then you would use this adapter here that plugs in at the other end, and then you actually plug in your air hose that goes to your nose. Okay. So just remember, you know, these are pretty easy to use as far as on your face and stuff. And we'll go ahead and change that scene. Hello, folks. So I'm Tony, and just want to show you how to use this oxygen hose that goes into your nose. There's a certain way on these hoses that these go into your nose. It's got a little curve, so it goes right into your nose, and then you want to put one behind the ear, and then one the other side of the ear, and then you have like a little bolo tie, I call it, that you can adjust it to that way it doesn't fall off your face, and it's nice and snug behind the ears and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe I'll wear this tonight when I go out to dinner. Anyhow, that's how you put this on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn this on, and you're going to see this humidifier start bubbling, see? So that means oxygen is actually flowing through there. And we're going to test my line. You hear that air just flowing in through there? Yeah, so Now we have oxygen, and you're ready to use this oxygen concentrator. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and have a good day.